You got diseases, you cheated.
I watched that 10-part story, so you don't have to. I do want to give a trigger warning. We are going to be talking about that's Mars, and she just found out that her husband was cheating on her. So when they first met, she instantly fell for him. She said he was so kind, he was so loving, and she was really looking for a father for her 2-year-old. At the time, she was a single mother, and she just wanted that American dream. So when she met him, everything was aligning. Within 5 months, they decided to get married, and she actually ended up suffering a miscarriage the same week that they got married. Now, she said that she was in no headspace to go get married at that time, but she really loved him, and so she went ahead and got married, and things seemed perfect. Like, they were really happy. He was always talking about how he wanted a big family, maybe even up to 4 kids, and they ended up shortly after that getting pregnant again. She's going through her pregnancy and financial struggle started to hit. Now, she said that when she first met him, she did background checks, she did social media checks, he had a good job. Everything that you would look for in a man, he was checking the boxes off. And so when these struggles started hitting, she didn't think much of them. So one night they're doing what grown folks do, and he couldn't complete the task. And she's looking at him like, this is odd, you've never been like that. So he goes to the bathroom and he's in the shower. She gets this gut feeling that she should go through his emails. Now, his email is signed in on her phone. So she just went on her phone, went to his emails, and she was scrolling through. That's when she found a bunch of emails from Reddit showing posts that he had put up of his junk. He was looking for people to hook up with. And so immediately she's like, what the hell? I'm pregnant. I'm sitting here. We just got married and you're cheating on me. So she immediately goes to the bathroom. She storms right into that bathroom and she's telling him like, you're cheating on me? And he's looking at her like, what are you talking about? So she starts going off and she's like, look at these posts that you made on Reddit, da 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 da. And he's basically telling her like, no, that's not me. And she's like, these are our floors, those are your shorts, that's you. And he's telling her like, no, maybe I got hacked. And she's just going off on him. So he's like, can I just get out the shower? Like, give me a moment. So she goes to the living room and she just starts screenshotting everything. And while she's sitting there screenshotting everything, freaking out, realizing that her whole world is literally crashing all around her, he deletes the Reddit. The entire account is gone. She had already noticed that the account was created back in August of this year, but that these posts were just from 2 days ago. And so him deleting the Reddit made her feel like, oh, you're really hiding something. And so he comes out there and they start arguing, they start going back and forth. She's sitting there arguing with him, trying to figure out why he created this Reddit post, why he posted his own junk. He's telling her basically like, I was feeling insecure, so I just posted pictures of myself so that women can compliment me and I can feel better. And she's looking at him like, you're acting like I'm not taking care of you at home. Like, I don't make sure you're good every single day, because if I don't, you make me feel about it. So she was like, you weren't going without. What made you feel like you needed to go and like sleep with other people? And she's like, did you sleep with other people? And he swears he didn't sleep with anybody, he didn't meet with anybody. That night he ended up getting blackout drunk, and she was just so heartbroken because she felt like she really was trying to put in effort, do her hair, do her makeup, make sure she looked good for her man, and he's out here just doing whatever he wanted to do. And so she just told him like, honestly, like, I don't see how this marriage can move forward. And he's just arguing with her, well, I need to know the answers because I'm not going to waste my time. I need to know the answers now. She's like, I'm going to go to bed. I'll talk to you when I talk to you. She ends up having a horrible night of sleep. She wakes up the next morning. She goes to the living room. And at this point, she had already decided, I'm ending this marriage. I'm not continuing on with this. He thinks that fixing the marriage, working on things with me is a waste of his time. Well, we're going to go ahead and let you leave then. So she walks into the living room and he tries to like give her a hug or something. And she looks at him. She goes, yeah, I'm done. She's like, you already stated that working on this and trying to figure things out is wasting your time. She's like, I won't take any more of your time up. So he gets super pissed off. His little mask, his little charade that he was trying to put on for her, gone. She said she saw a side of him she had never seen before. He starts packing up his things. He says, I'm going to my parents' house, da-da-da-da, grabs all his stuff and he leaves. And immediately she felt peace. Immediately she felt better. She felt relieved. She was like, good, go. Like, I don't want you here anyway. Over the next few days, he's calling her, he's begging her, he's threatening to unalive himself, saying like, I need to be with you, I miss you, I want to be with you, all of these things. And she's like, well, you're with your parents, they'll make sure you're okay. He's like, no, I'm just gonna end it all. And she's like, well, I'll go ahead and send a welfare check so they can make sure you're all right. And then right when she said that, he's like, never mind, I'm good, I'm not gonna unalive myself. So she's like, yeah, that's what I thought. So she ends up going to the doctors and being like, I don't really trust this man. He's telling me he wasn't with anybody, but let's go ahead and put that to the test. So she goes to the doctors, she has them run every single test imaginable. And the doctor tells her, okay, we'll let you know if anything comes up. So she goes home and she's going through her finances, and this is when she realizes, oh my God, I've been paying a majority of the bills. He's been spending most of his money on his vices, smoking, drinking, whatever. He was not actually contributing to the household, however. And so she's just thinking like, I need to come to terms with the fact that I'm a single mother again. And she's just processing everything. And while she's in the midst of doing this is when the doctor ends up calling her and informing her that she has tested positive for 3 STIs and that one of them actually wasn't curable. She later on told us in other parts that the one that was incurable was herpes. And she was trying to come to terms with her husband cheating on her, now having all these STIs that she has to address. Mind you, people had already sent her screenshots at this point of her husband being on dating apps already, and she's thinking our divorce isn't even final yet and you're already over here on dating apps, you know? And so she contacts him, she sends him the information, and he denies it. He's like, nope, I don't have anything, like that's not for me. To this day refuses to go get tested and to prove that it's not from him. So she was already over the situation. This only pushed her over the edge. So she told him, like, absolutely not, we're completely done. He tells her, who's gonna want to be with you now? You have all these diseases, you're gonna be on your third baby daddy, really trying to drag her. And she's just like, I don't care about anything you're talking about right now. And so while she's at work one day, he ends up going back to her house. He packs up everything, and then he also throws away all the toys that he bought her 3-year-old and puts it in the trash can outside. Then he tries to say that the marriage falling apart was her fault and she was actually the one cheating. And then a few weeks later, he pops out with a relationship, a whole girlfriend. And he started running around and telling people that the baby wasn't even his, even though she knows that they planned for this baby. This was very much his child. He tried to tell people that she was running around with 5 diseases now. He was trying to tell people that she's the one that cheated and broke up the relationship. And he started harassing her all over social media using different platforms and using different accounts. And she was live one day, and he hopped into her live and started commenting, saying that she had all these diseases, just trying to put her business out there. And him doing that literally caused her to have a panic attack, and she had to go to the hospital. Her blood pressure was through the roof. So their divorce ended up getting finalized on exactly their 1-year anniversary of being married. But she moved on. But again, she didn't really want to talk about it online because she was really worried that it was going to cause the boat to start rocking again. Things had just calmed down now that the divorce was finalized. And so she didn't know if she was going to ever share her story, if she was ever going to be able to, you know, find that support system that a lot of people find when they do share their stories. So she goes in for her 34th week checkup, and upon arriving, she is informed that she actually needs to go ahead and have this baby now. So they schedule it. She goes in, she has the baby, and she informs his family because at this point, her ex had blocked her on everything. And so she tells his family. She explains later on that she told the family out of legal obligations, and he pretended like he didn't care. He didn't contact her, he didn't ask for pictures, nothing. So when the family, who was very much involved and wanted to be a part of the grandbaby's life, asked to come and meet the grandbaby, finally they come home to him throwing the biggest tantrum and saying, no, don't go see this baby. She ends up getting a message from the ex through one of the family members' phone telling her, like, tough luck, my family's not gonna come. She's like, I'm so confused why my ex is so adamant on making sure that him and his family have nothing to do with my child. She also found out that the tantrum was very, very bad. Like, he really lost it. And basically, he deleted all the photos, all the videos that she had sent the family members of baby girl. Mind you, Mars almost passed away while giving birth to her baby, and her baby almost passed away as well. She was still in the hospital while she was recording this series. I don't know if the baby is out yet. But while all of this is going on, he could care less. He doesn't even care that they both almost lost their lives. She also mentioned that since he's been gone, the house has been so much more peaceful, so much more calm, a lot easier to keep clean. And the crazy part too is that the baby girl, her daughter, has not asked for this man at all. And she also, you know, reassured people that she doesn't think anything happened. She doesn't think that her daughter was unsafe. She has cameras all over the house, so she would have seen something if something happened. But either way, she's just like, I understand the gravity of what I put my daughter through, even though I thought, you know, the stress, the tension, the arguments were happening in places where she wasn't exposed to it and didn't see it. Reality is, baby girl probably saw something, and she's just hoping that she's only 3, she was only 2 when she met him. She's just hoping that she was young enough that she never remembers this man. But I don't know. All in all, Mars shared this story, to find a community to support her, to find other people that resonate with this story. So she has found so many people that were loving on her and showing her support. And I'm really proud of her. Like, this is a really tough thing to do. She obviously took responsibility and was like, yes, looking back now, 5 months was a very short amount of time to know somebody and then to get married. Not to mention, she didn't realize, looking back on it, she realized obviously that was very much an abusive relationship. She was like, it was everything but physical as far as being abusive. However, she didn't realize it because at the time the love bombing was so strong, she didn't know. And she never had this type of like treatment. So she thought like, oh, I finally found a person that really wants to treat me well. But of course, when things went left, that mask that he had immediately fell and he showed his true colors. And so she was telling people like, please be aware of the signs of love bombing, be aware of the signs of toxicity and what it looks like and what it feels like. Because she said before this, she would judge women that would fall into these types of traps. And now she's like, oh, I understand why the honey is so sweet. I understand why the manipulation is so easy to fall for.
That is a crazy story. I don't even know what to say about that besides good for her that she finally got out, but she got 3 STDs because of it. Wow. imagine having a baby hearing all this and you're newlyweds and you're living in an apartment. Basically, this man was a stranger. 5 months is not a lot of time to know someone. But when you fall in love hard, and I can't be the one to judge. I've never been in that situation before. I pray her and the baby is safe and healthy, and maybe she doesn't need any connection to this man. And also, she should blast this man's name on social media, because he's walking around with STDs, giving it to everybody, claiming he doesn't have it. That's more dangerous to anything, and he should be going to jail for that, because that's a weapon. What do you guys think? Put it in the comment section below.